This was actually introduced in version 1.24. You could revive and heal yourself. Normally, these guys would just babysit you, and when you revive yourself, they'll shoot you. But now, you have 20 seconds. Desert Ops Run Tactical Arena. What's up, everybody? This is Gunter Severlo. This is version 1.28 of my Desert Ops Run Tactical Arena. Let's go to the editor, and we're going to go to Altus. We're going to load up Desert Ops Run. Let's start off with the player's starting areas. In this version, I had military cargo headquarters that I used, and these were basically players' starting areas. And of course, you had the ammo box in here, and you had respawn position modules. Now, there was an issue with this, and it happened every once in a while. It's been reported on the workshop page, where when the player basically spawned into one of these buildings, that he would end up getting slingshotted up into the ceiling of this building right about in this area, and then clip out of the building and be shot up in the air and then pretty much die. So that was an occasion, and then I had to basically take a look at it and figure out how to fix it. Let's go back to version 1.28. What I ended up doing is, to solve that issue, I eliminated the buildings and basically established base markers instead, which pretty much just fixed the issue because now it doesn't happen. So that solved the problem. There's another feature I want to show you. Let's take a look at the AI spawn. Now, when you're in the mission and you spawn in an AI squad, they spawn in these buildings, and then they basically enter the arena and patrol. I changed the layout and structure here. Let's go back to version 1.24, and you can kind of get a comparison of what I did here. This is version 1.24. This is what the AI spawn buildings previously looked like. They had this wall in the front and these things for the ceiling to protect their entrance, and then of course the walls were angled inward to allow access for them. And then there was a trigger here that if the player entered this trigger, they would basically be instantly killed. Let's go back to, so as you can see, I kind of rebuilt the area. I eliminated the walls, I eliminated the trigger, and now we just have the walls. So there's a wall in the entrance, and you're probably wondering, how does that even work? If the AI spawn in there, how do they get out and go patrol the arena? I'll show you that once we get in game. First thing I want to show you guys is the amount of objects there are in the mission currently. In version 1.24, there were 1,709 objects. That's basically this entire arena. Now, currently, if we go to scenario and then to statistics, the current object count is 1,659, which is pretty good. So I dropped it a lot just by setting this up like it is. One last thing before we get in game, I set up two areas and extended the stairs, and this is one of them by the barracks. So basically, before, this kind of went to the wall, and then this went to that, and then that was it. So what I did here is I basically extended the stairs so you can have more access to different areas. So and then I just kind of extended this here, and then there was one more building I did the same thing on, which is over here. And as you can see how I kind of set that up. So now we have a little bit more access. There's more things I'm going to do, but I need to do some more testing before I can identify those new positions. So because of the reduced object count, thanks to the change in the AI spawn buildings, and of course the player's starting areas, I was allowed to basically just use some more objects in other areas of the arena itself, because that's mainly my focus. Probably something you're noticing is there is a module for a chem light here. And why a chem light? Because if you take a look at the arena, you'll notice that there are no street lights or lanterns anywhere. Street lights and lamps in the mission have been removed because it was requested that it's hard to use the NVG or have hard to truly do a night ops mission if you got street lamps everywhere. When you set the mission to night, the chem lights will basically just light up this little area for every player's start. So that's all it'll do. One more thing I want to point out before we get into the mission. This trigger previously, if any patrolling AI entered this trigger, hunt you down and kill you, because that's the only reason they would enter it. Before they would get killed, now what happens is they will get moved to the center of the arena, which is about this area. That's where they'll get moved to. So each player's starting area has that little function. All right, let's get into the mission, and I'll show you some of the new things that were done in game. In the parameters, I had updated the player weapons sway and player weapon recoil. In my current update, I added slight sway, so we're going to choose that. And then we have player weapon recoil, a slight recoil. Alright guys, before we begin, let's go to the map, and I want to show you guys something pretty neat. For those of you who do not know, never played this mission, this is a silhouette of the entire arena. This was actually introduced in version 1.24, so early in June. And what it does is it's a code that basically makes all the walls and all the buildings be shown on the map in the form of a silhouette. Now this was an idea that was by a guy named Sarny, and I put him in the credits in the briefing. So there's two people that really gave a lot of feedback and ideas for the mission. Sarny was one of them. He gave a lot of ideas and points and feedback and so forth, and Sidekick did a lot of testing and stuff too. So I want to thank Sarny for this. Thanks, buddy. This really makes a difference in the mission. So basically the idea of this is to be able to know where you're at when you clear a building. It's good for CQB and good for mount. Another thing I want to show you that actually you cannot see is all the markers that were previously on the map. And these were all the player start markers, the AI spawn markers, and the big marker that was in the center. There's some other markers too, but so I basically set the transparency to where you just don't see them, even though they're there. These dots that you see are part of a task. It's 7 ammo caches. You could do this task if you want, or you could just leave it alone. Let's say, for example, you entered this building. This dot represents the location of the ammo cache that's in this building. So each building has an ammo cache. If you destroy the one in here, for example, then this dot will be deleted. If you destroy all the ammo caches in the arena, all these dots will delete accordingly, and then this will delete too, completing the task for locating all the ammo caches. Alright, let's get our loadout set up, and I want to show you guys two things. Save our loadout. Alright, so I want to show you guys the AI spawn, these spawn buildings with how these doors work. So we're going to go over here. And we're going to get to a safe position. I don't know where these guys are going to spawn in, so let's see what happens. So we're going to have to go to spectator because they didn't spawn in that. They spawned over here. Here we go. So as you can see, they spawn in the buildings and then they go to patrol. And there's a trigger inside the building that when the AI spawn in, it basically triggers a code or activates a code that moves this wall to the left. It moves the wall, basically opening it, so it just covers the opening. The doorway opens, the wall opens, and then when they exit the trigger, then the wall goes back to its original position. Let's see if we could get a close-up of when that spawns over here. Here we go. So as you can see, the door, the wall moves, the AI come out, and they go on patrol. So this wall actually prevents the player from getting inside because, I mean, it's a solid wall. It just gets moved for the AI because the AI entered the trigger and basically activate it. Now that's pretty cool. It's immersive. It eliminates some objects that I could put elsewhere on the map, or like planks and stuff like that. Alright, so we got killed, and this is the normal procedure if you get killed if you have fax or medkits on you, which is you'll be able to revive and heal yourself. Now, in this update, I have basically added to the code where you could revive and heal yourself. Normally, these guys would just babysit you, and when you revive yourself, they'll shoot you. But now, you have 20 seconds to get out of there, and basically you're set as civilian. And what happens is, because you're set as civilian, they won't attack you. So after 20 seconds, you get a hint on the screen and it says enemy can attack you. And the thing is, if you shoot at the enemy or you kill an enemy before that 20 seconds is up, then you'll basically be returned to whatever side that you initially picked. So you'll be basically an enemy to them, and that's how that works. Damn. Nice, got him. Ran right into the wall. He is down. Spawn another patrol. Here they are. Now the thing is, if you kill them inside the building, like they're inside the building, the wall will stay open until they're deleted, which isn't long. Alright, I'm going to finish this up, kill these guys, and end the video. Shit! Now normally they would shoot you as soon as you respawn, like he's not now, but as soon as I shoot him, then I'm basically, I stop the timer, or I eliminate the timer, and they all become my enemy. I become their enemy. Here's my new stairs. Alright guys, I want to end this here, and I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope that you find these new features and the arena more enjoyable because of the new features and functions, the silhouettes, etc. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye.